Good time. Local recording. And here we are, just above Earth. Brilliant. In the Macross quarter hangar, even worse. So everyone's like, wow, TD's dead. Are we gonna bury her in space? Yep, that's what she wanted. She loved both of the Earths, and she can see them both from space. Everyone's like, wow, it's fucked up and sad. But Hibiki's like, I can't believe she would die like this. And everyone's super upset that TD's dead. But she's a fucking shithead. She's not even real, for starters. And Hibiki's like, oh, I'm gonna rededicate myself to making sure that no one else has to go through having someone designed to fuck them up when they die. And Sosuke is like, how you doing? I'm worried about you. And Hibiki's like, don't worry. What you should do is hang out with your girlfriend, because this is the first time she's ever been in space, and she's probably a bit, space sick. And Sosuke's like, okay, fine, and he walks away. But he makes sure that Hibiki knows that he wants Hibiki to turn to his friends for help instead of bottling it up. And then Hibiki here is like, Leonard, your weird fucked up plan to remake the world was averted, but that desire to want to do away with all bad things and make a perfect world is going to take a little bit longer to get that out, because that resonates pretty strongly with our entire fucking deal. Oh good, and it's this bit. So here's Nono's like, oh, TD died, that sucks. Well, I'm a robot, so I guess I'm not gonna die. And then Nicola comes in, and because he's a shithead, he's like, no, TD's lucky, I envy her for being spared the despair that's to come. And he's like, wow, Nicola, you really hate adults and being an adult, right? So, and Nono's like, wow, Nicola, that's a really fucked up thing to say, that you're glad she's dead, because then she won't have any sad times in her future. And then Nono's like, we're gonna stop the future of despair thing. And then Nicola is like, no, you know nothing of my personal despair. I'm gonna lose my powers soon, my topless bullshit powers. I'm gonna lose them, and that's gonna be shitty. And then he grabs Nono and he's like, I'll do whatever it takes, including selling my soul to the devil to avert losing my powers. And he's like, and then Nono's like, what, like Leonard? And he's like, no, I wouldn't have worked for Leonard, jeez, I got my pride. But, in this case, what Nicola wants is Nono, because he sees her as like an eternal topless, because she's a buster machine and she's got crazy powers. So he's like, hell yeah, I'm gonna... It's really shitty, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna rape you, Nono, and keep my powers forever. And it's like, but buddy, no. And then everybody else comes in and tells Nicola to shut the fuck up. Lauk here is like, wow, I didn't... Like, jeez. We were just here to get Nono for the briefing, and now we've come and... like, found you doing this. What's that about? That's fucked up. And Noriko wants Nicola to explain himself. And he's like, hey, I'm just really scared of losing my powers, alright? And I'll be if without them, I'll be totally powerless. Not like Takeru and Shinji. Because they got the Eva, and their powers they'll always have their weird powers forever. And he's like, I'd rather die. And then Shinji's like, yeah, man, it's really good being me. And then Nicola's like, yep, you know what? Now that you guys know that I'm a shithead, maybe I would have been better off hanging out with Leonard. And then Noriko is like, are you done? You done, dude? And she says, whatever your reasons, whatever you're doing, whatever you think you're doing for whatever. I'm not gonna let you take out on Nono or Shinji or Lalko or anybody else. And Lalko's just like, why, Nicola? Why didn't you just talk to me? Why did you just have to go and try and fucking sexually assault somebody? Why didn't you just come and talk to me, buddy? I could have helped you, maybe. And she says that she loves him, even now that he's a shithead. Like, she knows that he's a shithead because Japan's weird. Yeah, and then she's like, why don't you ever look at me? And then he yells back here, this is all because he became a topless. Like, look. And then he says, yeah, and then he says, I became topless, all this bullshit Buster Machine garbage. Oh, I hate it. What sort of childish sort of bullshit is it? It's stupid. And then he storms out. And she's like, wow, Nicola, you're a real fucking douchebag. No wonder nobody deploys you ever in any video game. And everybody hates you, and you're the worst part of that show. And then, it's like, wow, fuck that dude. And then Nono tries to talk to Lalk at the top there and calls her, like, One-sama. And, Lalk goes, no, don't call me that. And she storms out. It's like, wow, Nicola, Lalk, no, it's got out of hand. And then Shinji here is like, I have no idea what's even happening or why it's happening, but it seems to be my fault. But Noriko then is like, nope, nailed it. She's like, you did good, Shinji. He's like, eh? And she said, you didn't respond angrily to Nicola's accusation of not identifying with suffering and knowing his pain. And she says, I get the impression that you had a pretty tough time in like while you've been away from Z-Blue in your own dimension. Like, you've had a pretty bad time, but the rest of the Volunteer Club have had bad times too, so, you know, you can talk to us about stuff. And then Shinji asks if it's really such a bad thing to want to remake the past, like Leonard did. And he's like, Leonard's scheme was gonna murder everybody in the world, but what if that wasn't an issue? What if that negative side wasn't a factor? What if you could just do it and it'd be fine? And then Noriko just says, I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't know if it's right or wrong to do that, or like to want it or not. And then she says, but either way, she wouldn't do it. And because to do so would deny the self and person that she is now at the end of all that history and trials and tribulations. And she's like, sure, I'd like to get back to my own universe, but even before coming here, me and my One-sama decided we'd rather get thrown entirely out of the timeline of everyone we knew, and everyone we'd ever known or loved and ever knew us would be dead for 12,000 years, and then they'd write welcome home and I think it'd be wrong. But they're like, we'll do it to beat the space monsters and the threat they pose, and like, we'd rather like lose it, like we'd rather save everybody else but lose everything that we know, rather than stay and have a nice life and then have everybody die. And then she's like, wait, what? And Noriko's like, got no regrets. And then she says, I'm not bullshitting you either. Like, you know how busy protecting this world keeps everybody. I don't have time to sit and be sad, even if I was inclined to that sort of thing. And then she says that feelings transcend time and space, and she brings things important to her with her wherever she goes. Like, she keeps her older sister in her heart. And she's like, damn, fuck. But anyway, we gotta go. Fuck, Noriko's so good. Right, is that Shinji? It is that Shinji. It is the Shinji from Evangelion. And once we get past this, some more cutscene story part and get into the gameplay, I'll say hello properly. And this is scenario 42, burning or flames. I mean, it's all the same. So let's launch our nerds. And so here's last say, he's like, This isn't something you see every day. It's is that a black hole? Yeah. Apparently this black hole is sitting inside its own dimensional bubble and not destroying the entire solar system. But unfortunately it's going to act as a gateway for Baal to the various forces that are going to destroy the universe. Yeah, there's Simon saying big old tunnel for Baals to come through. And then Yoko says the Topless aren't really springing into action. And his Takaruma is like, hey Chico, wait, what's up with them? And she goes like, oh yeah, no, I think I know, but it's a tender subject and we're not good with outsiders anyway. And then Benaji here says, but aren't you gonna die if you go out onto the battlefield like that? And then Amuro just says, leave him alone. Just leave it. Like, what, Amuro? He's like coddling people past a certain age isn't an act of kindness. After a certain point, you're harming them. And that goes especially for Nicola. And then here's Hiro and Setsuna's like, oi, Setsuna, I heard you not say a word. What is it? And he says, hearing Amuro speak like that gives me, just reminds me how hard it is for people to understand one another. Char says, well worth learning that lesson. Mutual understanding is great, but only as means to a greater end. And Setsuna's like, yeah, I'm working on it. And Patrick talking about, he's like, he says my something. I don't think he goes so far as to say my wife, like fucking Borat, but he might, because he sucks. But anyway, everyone's like, oh yeah, this is fucked up. And here's Mari having a good time. You ready, princess? She's like, oh, shut the fuck up. And here's the ELS, the guys. The ELS, the something life something life form, whatever. They want to simulate you and fuck you up. All they want to do is simulate organic and inorganic life, which includes all of us. And if we get knocked unconscious, we gotta retreat back to the ship right away. Like, we'll get recalled. So be careful. It seems like communicating with a menace like these is impossible. Yeah, there's Sasuke like, communication with things like these, whew, they're a ball. And Setsuna internally's like, but are they? What if I made them make a giant flower in space? So everyone's like, hell yeah, Noriko, let's go. Nicola's being a shithead. And Takeru's like, oh, Nicola. And I was like, fucking ignore him, Takeru, he's shitty. You've gotta, let's go, keep your eyes on the prize. But Noriko has got some advice for Alk. And she says that once upon a time someone she knew, her older sister, had to suppress her feelings to save the Earth. And anyone who pilots a Buster machine should remember that example, and sometimes you gotta see the bigger picture. And that's Kasumi when she launched knowing that Coach was gonna die of space radiation sickness and just go and die in 6 months, and because they're going at light speed, that was about 3 minutes, and they were up there for a little bit longer than that. But yeah, for Trader 5, this is Super Robot Wars. It's a turn-based, grid-based strategy game like Final Fantasy Tactics, but everybody's from a different robot anime. So I don't actually have anybody cool deployed here, but Gundam Wing's in it. The Evas are in it from the Rebuild movies. We got Gundam Seed, regular Gundam, Aquarian, both flavors. Well, when it was out, Evol and regular. Gundam 00, Daitan, Turn A, Diebuster, Gunbuster, Unicorn, Do we have anyone else call? Macross Frontier and 7. Gundam Seed. This is like we're doing the Gundam playthrough this run, so it's mostly that, but you'll see there's loads of people in the thing. Why is X in Wing Zero? Because why wouldn't he be? Why wouldn't he be? Anyway, let's hoot and holler this guy up. And let's sing a song. Oh yeah, Tengen Toppa Girl again, in it? This is Basara. He has a guitar that he controls his plane with, and he's really good. And he sings songs, and he's a bard, but the best sort of bard because he pilots a fucking jet plane. She can't, like, she's like, Lout can't do it. I'm glad the sound's doing the sound thing though. So many Haros. Oh yeah, Shingetta's in it. There's Dankuga Nova. Oh, Big O. Oh, it's doing the sound thing just as we get going. Time to unplug it and plug that shit back in. Wow, we did it. But yeah, and then the storyline is just all the plots from the different shows mashed together. There's Code Geass too. There's Big O, and there's original character Do Not Steal, which they add, and that's this guy who was in the first game of this current series, because there's different ones, like sort of like Final Fantasy. He's in an elephant. Where's Body Boy though? Oh, Setsuko was also from the first one. I don't think we've actually deployed Crow because he sucks. And then somewhere in here is there he is. Our good buddy Hibiki, who's the main character for this game. Let's... he fucking killed them too, what a shithead. I need someone who's not gonna kill him. Unfortunately, everybody's gonna kill him. Because everybody's too strong. Here's Nono, she's in a little thing. It sucks, it's garbage, it's the worst unit in the game. But she's a robot, so she can just get out and be cool. Oh, I mean, I guess you could just fucking almost murder him too. Don't fuck it, Lout. Okay, in here. Okay, and here's Noriko. If I could do whatever I wanted with the world, what would I choose? Would I go back before Papa died? To the time when Smith was there with me? When Coach was still alive? Oh no, Summer. I want to see you again. Not in the past, but today. Right now. This is a school delinquent robot. But it's not the coolest school delinquent robot we've ever seen. And the current plot setup is all the different dimensions where all these different people come from have been mashed together, and every 12,000 years the universe gets reset, and every 120 million years everything fucking goes, and we're at that point, so we gotta save everything. True strength of Gunbuster. Ah yes, casual 20,000 crit. So Noriko broke 1,000 kills last stage. Oh my, Spock dealing with these guys. We bought a human-shaped robot. That's highly illogical. And then Data just goes, hello? Hello? Could you imagine Data as Nono? Just flying around in space, shooting missiles out of his legs. And the SR point, the special thing for this stage, is either defeat all the space monsters or the Vajra in 2 turns from when they appear. I think they appear when you kill all these idiots. Noriko would make Spot hot-blooded, seeing as she made Ray hot-blooded in the DLC in the first game. Well, part 1 of this one. They would make Spot watch Gekigang, wouldn't they? Just ruin his life. He's just fucking crying. Why did Joe? Why did Joe and the main dude have to fight? It's okay, Spot, let it all out. And then, because of the mechanics unique to this game, you can make one unit go over and over again, and once they're strong enough, they can clear most of the grunts. Mechanic-wise, let's show you. Each unit has different spells that do different things, like 100% accuracy, better dodge and accuracy, can't kill people, more XP, a boatload of spells, only take a quarter damage that you can use. The interesting thing, let's turn on the whiteboard, oh the whiteboard's on, is this little thing here. Which is morale, or willpower, and you can't use your biggest moves until you've built that up. Because it's anime, you can't just go out there and use your biggest moves. That'd be fucked up if everybody went out there and tried as hard as they could right away. America is my playthrough's military budget and the US is to the rest of the world. Too big! I actually maxed her out on the save where I was recording lines for dogs. She was, I think she maxed out like stage 57, 58 or 61. And she's just 400 in every stat, S rank in all terrains. Ah, a miracle has occurred. Not that far though. Gunbuster versus a fleet of ball cubes. Who wins? Gunbuster. Goes too fast. Yeah, you have your different attacks, some area of effect things, hit everybody in the zone. Some you can use close movement, some you can't, so you've got still to use. They have ammo, energy, different ranges. It's as good as heal. I mean, you can kill both those ones. Homing laser. We already fought. You fight ball cubes in Gangai Garland. This giant cubes of shit that no one cares about. Okay, she does have the prana converter. I was going to say, I hope she's getting double money out of all this. Otherwise, we're wasting our fucking time. Biosensor active, so he can now access his biggest moves. Psycho frame active, same again for Haman in that. The element system, now they share their stats, so whoever's in the lead always has the highest out of all of them. I mean, I should probably change for the right elements though, right? Mikono, Yunaha, okay. Maximum kills for Noriko. But the games are all in Japanese except for two of them, which are in English, and a couple that have been fan translated. And there's a new one coming in August, which is going to be in English, though the quality of the translation is yet to be seen. Apparently it's a little bit rough. But I'm actually really looking forward to it because it's one where they only use their original characters. Assuming that if it wasn't for me tearing this game apart, these enemies would be doing something. Not really, but like this is a second playthrough, so everybody's extremely strong. Like 400 is the highest the stat can go, and because the man sang it, she's at 430 and the punch and 429 in the shoot, which ain't bad. But generally, grunts they just exist where you walk up and you hit them and they up your morale. And then there's bigger enemies like these, which you generally won't be able to one-shot, but they're still pretty trashy. Most things just exist for you to get strong, and then a boss will appear and you fight the boss. Get him up. Like in any other game in the series, an 8,800 health enemy would generally take you 2 attacks to kill. And you generally do most of your damage on the enemy's turn. Like, each one of your units gets 1 attack, and then they can be attacked by as many enemies as there are, so you try and be efficient and get guys on the counter attack and get the counter kill. But this game is part 2 of a game, where you get to carry over loads of stuff from part 1, so everybody's like really strong, and you're like, in universe wise you're also extremely strong. Though we're not at our strongest yet. But Noriko is just gross, because her size is 2L. Smaller units are harder to hit but do less damage. Bigger units have, like, hitting things smaller than you is tough, but hitting things bigger than you is easy. But hitting things smaller than you do a shit ton of damage, and a lot of things, it turns out, aren't as big as Gunbuster. We're out of juice! That's fine. We'll bust a missile it. And there are like 2 flavors of robot: super robot and real robot. These 2 are real robots, so they tend to just go in and hit things or shoot lasers from weird places. But they also tank things, like things hit them, they have a good time, and as their health gets lower, they'll generally get stronger, because that's another skill you can get in this game called Prevail. The more you beat up, the stronger you get. And then there's reals, who are like your Gundams and stuff, who dodge things, and they're like, wee, a little bit wee, a little bit wee. So whatever I said, super are the tanky ones, reals are the dodgy ones. But we've done it. Does she have? There's no juice left. There's no juice left for Noriko. We've got to wait a turn until she gets it all back. But that means we can show off these guys. Oh, and his armor are gonna talk shit about Nicola. This irritation and impatience that Nicola's feeling is quite like the way I was during the 1-year war, when Bright almost discharged me from piloting the Gundam. I can now just laugh at all that, but back then, I was rejecting the path that my life had taken, and as a result, we lost Ryu. I don't want you to experience the same regret I did. Because Amuro was being a shitty baby in the 1-year war, as you'd expect of like a 16-year-old boy forced to fight to save all of humanity, he got a bit of a sulk on, and a good man died. Saving his worthless butt. But it's okay, he's old now. He's at least 30. Attaboy, Amuro. Oh, there's Crow. He's another original character, Do Not Steal, and his robot looks stupid and it's got shit shoes. Thanks, Chief. Let's see how well tuned this is. Wink. Amuro did legit get PTSD. It was like everybody on White Base was traumatized as hell except Kai. Spinning type Kai Chien and the Savior Federation. ELS defeated. Nice work, everybody. He can invoke his sphere, get big and strong, and now we just gotta sit and wait a turn. And these guys give me 4 squares, so they're done. We'll save an end turn. Yeah, so the brain power guys not so strong at the start. They end up really strong later on, but at the moment not so much. Let's sing a fucking song then. Try again! Oh, I actually didn't want to do that. It's okay. Like, the bad dudes aren't going to show up yet. Okay, so space monsters... No, Vajra are this side, and space monsters are this side. If I remember correctly. So let's get these clowns over here to hang out. Gumbust just hang out in a black hole. I mean, what are you gonna do, eh? And then these guys will come stand up here, and then we'll then turn again. Kizroma, like friggin' ELS, like friggin' invaders and space monsters. Yeah, so Roman's like, these ELS guys are a major pain in the butt. There's stuff to do with the other Baals, invaders and space monsters. And then they ask, what's up? And Tierra says, I think they're like drawn to psycho waves. Like, as if they want to take out innovators and new types. It's like, wait, psycho waves? It's like the psycho frame uses, right? Dang it! Why do they want to take out innovators like Setsuna and new types like Camille? Ugh. And then Amuro says, yeah, so they're after psycho waves. Nico's like, what? Are they a bunch of cowardly babies who want to fight all the... you all... no, okay. Let's try that again. Nicola's like, wow, you guys scared and gonna run away from them? And Hermione's like, boy! And Char's like, alright, chill out, Hermione. He fucking sucks. Leave him alone. And then Amuro says, psycho waves aren't just made by new types and innovators, you know. Everybody admits them to a greater or lesser extent. So they're sort of after everybody. And Char explains how new type style awakenings have accelerated since the Great Quake, both among Earthnoids and Spacenoids. New type is someone who can relate really well with other people, like they've got super empathy and also really good spatial awareness, so they're really good in a fight, especially in space. Yeah, and here's Merida talking about Nanai's finding research, and both Earthnoids and Spacenoids have had more and more weird stuff happening. And Tierra says, yep, that matches with us. The innovator type awakenings now surpass the ability to count. And And Zero says, you could say that we're a scene of a wave of evolution in a way, right? Because we've got loads of weird nerds. But philosophy will have to wait because here's the bugs. Vajra. Gambling here says that these don't seem like the ones that the Galaxy Fleet controls. And now here's some space bugs. So there's space monsters. Nicola's like, wow, more Baal. It's like, hey, Vajra aren't Baal, guy. We can talk to him and sort them out. And he's like, yeah, but can humanity afford to wait to get them to understand? It's like, this fucking guy being a real fucking asshole. Nicola at this stage, like, after his first thing, like, he opened this stage by sexually assaulting someone, and then throughout it, he's like, nah, you guys are shit. Your plan, talk to the bugs and make them stop fighting, treat them like other living beings. Bullshit. New types, bunch of cowards. Fuck you. New types are good at relating to other people. That's their deal. They're just all fucked up. And here's Mario's like, alright, let's give this dude tell this dude to shut up. She gives some shit to Asuka. Nono here is trying to tell her own Samuel, her older sister, that this is exactly when topless have to show how good they are. And then Lauka's like, stop calling me now, I'm not your own Asama, jeez. And then Noriko tells Nono, just ignore that, don't focus on her, focus on the mission. She's saving the Earth. And then Nono's like, Noriko. And then internally she's like, Noriko! She's sort of a lot like Nonoriri. What's that about? And now we've got 2 turns to kill all the space bugs or all the Vajra. And let's say we sing some songs. Through the power of song, you make the bugs understand, and then they leave. Like, the problem with all the new types that you see in like Mobile Gundam is they're all teens in really shitty situations. And when you consider how awkward teens are normally, and then you put like the new type super sensitivity into it, it's no wonder they all act really fucking weird. That's Sybil, she's a fine space elf vampire, don't worry about it. Can I get another big lump? I think that's the best we can get.
Power to the dream!
Like, the only adult new type is like Shah, right? And he's a bad fucking person. What's that? Ranker and Cheryl on the mic singing with Vajra trying to get him to stop fighting, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to be working. But Cheryl and like, just gotta keep trying. And Viscera's like, hell yeah! Singing's good. I love to sing. Cheryl, Ranka, always in that order. Never between. And here come... So here are some space monsters and some Buster Army getting chased by them. And it's like, ooh, jeez. Noriko yells, not on my watch. Flies in to protect them. It's like, wow, saving the Buster Army. And Nicola's like, this is fucking stupid. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. Why would you ever risk your life over over a disposable robot like the Buster Army? And then Noriko is like, wow, you're a real fucking asshole, Nicola. So, and she's like, they're like my own gunbuster. They were born to fight the space monsters. And I mean, like, it's just mean to let them all die. And Nicola's like, whatever. And then Noriko says, hey, there's something that Nono told me. It says the Topless have to share their heart with their buster machines in order to pilot them. Can't you remember the day that you became a Topless? And Amuro's like, the heart of the machine? And Nico's like, that's just like Jiminy and Ray, right? I have to like link with it. Like, shut the fuck up, Hibiki, it's not about you. And Nono's like, that's right, Nicola, can't you remember? He's like, wait, the day I became a Topless? He's like, Noriko, look out, the space monsters! And they attack, but the Buster Army come in to protect Noriko. And Gimme then is like, well, the Buster Army are protecting Noriko. And Darren's like, they're just like people! And then this one that's dying comes up to Noriko. He's like, wait, what's up, little buddy? And he hands her something. It's like, wait, you want me to have this? Wait, what? The others get blown up. And here's D-Snurf. And D-Snurf makes a face, and Larka's like, wait, D-Snurf, you're sad that they're dying? Weird, fucked up. And then Nono and Noriko both then yell at Lauk to like fan the fire within herself, the Raisin Inferno that yearns to protect other people, and let that small fire become a wall of flames. And then Lauk is like, oh, fucking fine then. And now Lauk gets her new move. Noriko, let's go! So, Lauk fires down. It's like, alright, let's show these nerds what we got. And, Lauk's power, like, all the Topless have a different power. Nicola's is that he can make robots turn into sperm or whatever, fucking shit. Chico can freeze things and is telekinetic. And Lauk is, she can just move things from other places to herself, so she's really useful just walking down the street because she can summon a robot to herself. But what she's done now is summon the 13th planet of her solar system, like from her world solar system. So exotic maneuver. It's like, nice work, Anesa. It's like, stop fucking calling me that. Let's go, D-Snurf. So she's mad as hell that she keeps calling her Anesa, but there you go. Exotic maneuver. And yoinked it. Sometimes you just really need to throw Jupiter 2 at somebody. Jupiter 3? And this spaceman's just like, oh wow, this sucks. A little bit overboard because someone keeps calling you a name you don't like, but I'll allow it.